guys, welcome to Meals with Maria and Christmas casseroles. I have 3 amazing breakfast casseroles for you, as well as one side. Just worked out that way. But I had to share these because they are so good. They are perfect for Christmas morning and as a delicious side for your Christmas dinner. Here we go. All right, we're just gonna get started off with butter because butter makes everything better. But in all seriousness, this is a corn casserole that you do not want to wait to make. This is 1 stick of melted butter and 1 cup of sour cream. Add in 1 can of regular corn, and you want to make sure that's drained, as well as 1 can of creamed corn. Now, if you can't get this onto your Christmas menu, make sure it hits your New Year's menu or somewhere in between, because I had never made this before, but oh my goodness, it was so creamy, so delicious, and it's going to be on all of my holiday tables from now on. You want 1 box of that Jiffy cornbread mix. Now, this is super interesting because you're not going to be adding any eggs to it. What that does is it doesn't really bind everything, so once it cooks, it just becomes this ooey gooey, incredible tasting corn casserole. It's kind of between a cornbread and like a corn pudding, but it is delicious and my kids loved it. Now you want to cook this in a greased, it says 8 by 8 pan, but I think my pan is like a little bit larger than that and it still worked out fine. So, you know, whatever you have. And you want to cook that at 350 degrees for about 50 minutes. And here's your finished result. You can see it looks a lot like cornbread when it first comes out. You can even see the cracks in it. But when you actually serve it, it's a lot ooier and gooier than a bread. It's not something you could pick up. Do you like that corn casserole?
I do like you.
Do you like the corn casserole?
I like your skin.
You like my skin?
I like your eyeball. I like your beak.
Do you my feet? Okay, that's disgusting. Do you like the corn casserole?
Yes.
On your plate?
Yeah.
Is that your favorite thing?
Yeah.
So like I said, great addition to any meal. Thanksgiving, Christmas, anything special, people will request it, I swear. So the next thing we're gonna do is a hash brown casserole, and this is called Cracker Barrel knockoff. That I've actually never had the Cracker Barrel kind, but wow, this is so good. So you need 32 ounces of shredded hash browns, and you can either thaw those in your refrigerator, or I ended up thawing mine in the microwave. You need a stick of butter melted, 16 ounces of sour cream, a 10.5 ounce can of cream of chicken soup. So I actually had a larger one, so I just used kind of part of it. You need 2.5 cups of shredded cheddar cheese and an onion. I think you could do a lot of substitutes here. The cream of chicken could actually be the cheddar cheese soup. That is perfectly fine too. And, you know, no onion, use onion powder, whatever you want to do. Pull out a bowl big enough to mix all of this together, because you're going to mix your thawed out hash browns with your melted stick of butter and 1.5 cups of the shredded cheddar cheese. So don't use all the shredded cheddar cheese. Set aside 1 cup because you're going to put that over the top at the end. Then you want to add in your cream of chicken soup. And you can see here that I did leave a little bit in this can since this was an extra large can of soup. I think I got it at the Dollar Tree. And then you also want to add in 16 ounces of sour cream and 1 small diced onion. And then just mix everything up really well. And then you're going to add this into a 13 by 9 casserole dish and cover with the rest of your shredded cheddar cheese. Do make sure to grease your casserole dish because you have a lot of cheesy goodness in there, but it will stick if you don't grease it. You want to bake this covered at 350 degrees for 35 minutes, and then increase your temperature to 400 degrees and remove the cover and cook for another 5 to 10 minutes, and that will just melt your cheese on top. This is such a great side for your breakfast. We just serve this with some scrambled eggs, some bacon. You can have some toast with it if you like. I liked ketchup with it too, pretty good. You can tell Ben thinks it's pretty good too. But this is a great addition to your breakfast on Christmas morning and just like something special, something comforting. All right, now the next Christmas breakfast casserole that I am making is an eggs Benedict casserole. Now, my husband is not like a sweet breakfast type person, so he loves his eggs, bacon, that kind of thing. Eggs Benedict is always a big hit in our house. And I wanted to make something that is different from quiche because I am always making quiche on holiday mornings and it's time to switch it up and try something new. So this looked like the great addition to our breakfast and it ended up being amazing. So I think the recipe originally calls for like 3/4 of a pound of Canadian bacon. This package was actually just 6 ounces, but it was fine. It worked out great. You want to take half of your Canadian bacon and put it on the bottom of a greased 13x9 pan. And actually, I forgot to grease my pan and not all was lost. The casserole didn't stick to it. So I don't know. Maybe you don't have to grease it. But the recipe says to, so you probably should. And you never know what type of pan you have. So just put half of that on the bottom of your casserole. And then you're going to cut up 6 large croissants. I think I only had 5 and that worked out fine too. So 5 or 6, somewhere around there. And cut those into cubes, almost like a crouton cube. And then you want to put those directly on top of your Canadian bacon in your casserole dish. In a medium bowl, you want to crack open 10 eggs. To that, add 2 cups of milk, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of ground mustard, a half a teaspoon of white pepper, and a half a teaspoon of salt. You want to slice up 3 scallions and put those into your egg and milk mixture as well. Place the remaining Canadian bacon over top of your croissants, and then pour the egg and milk mixture right over top of that. While our hearts in love we race, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Bake your casserole at 375 degrees, covered with aluminum foil for 30 minutes. Then you're going to remove the aluminum foil and cook it for another 15 to 20. I forgot aluminum foil, so mine looks a little bit crispy, but it turned out perfect. It was so good. It was definitely reminiscent of an Eggs Benedict, but without all the hassle of poaching eggs yourself. Now, I just grabbed this packet of hollandaise sauce mix. The recipe actually calls for a béarnaise sauce. I don't even really know the difference, but I like hollandaise sauce, so that's what I decided to buy. And I just followed the instructions on the back of the package, cut up a delicious slice, and then poured that hollandaise sauce over the top. And my husband loved it. I really enjoyed it too. Not necessarily a kid dish in this family, but this is something that I could definitely replace quiches for in the future. What's a good breakfast casserole without a stick of butter, am I right? We're going to make a cinnamon roll French toast casserole. You want to start by melting that stick of butter. And to that, you're going to add 1/3 a cup of sugar. And you're actually going to end up melting that sugar or dissolving the sugar into the butter. You want to whisk together 2 eggs, and to that, add 3/4 a cup of heavy whipping cream. Also add 3 teaspoons of cinnamon and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Mix that up really well and add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. This makes like this heavenly custardy creamy thing that I want to kind of just eat as it is. And then you're going to take 2 containers of cinnamon rolls and open those up and cut them into 4s. Now I think there actually are better cinnamon rolls for this, but I really enjoyed using the circular rolled ones because there are some that come and they're just like a whole piece, and then there are some that have like they're rolled up. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is that using it like this actually kind of makes it like a monkey bread. Like it gives it many, many pieces, and there's a lot of layers to it as far as where the cinnamon is, and I really like that. So cut your cinnamon rolls into 4s and then add them to your creamy egg and heavy whipping cream and cinnamon mixture. This casserole is full of cinnamon, full of sugar, full of butter. I mean, does it get any better? That's some good stuff. You want to pour that into a greased 13x9 pan and cook at 350 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes. Smother the casserole in the 2 containers of icing that come with the cinnamon rolls, and your casserole is done. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed seeing these casserole ideas and that you can put some ingredients on your list for this Christmas so that you can make one of these for Christmas morning and just make things easy for yourself. Please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell if you haven't already. I make lots of fun videos. I'm going to be making some great stuff in 2022 that includes extreme grocery budget challenges and some more budget videos, which I know you guys love. Easy cooking as well. Thank you again. Make sure to hit that like button, and I hope you all have a fabulous Christmas.